Good day, my esteemed viewers. This is Nigeria News Center. We are looking at Nigerian situation with respect to Igbo marginalization. We understand that Gowon was the president of Nigeria as at the time the Civil War was fought. And Gowon was always saying to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. That was his slogan during the war. And I've had a conversation with Mr. Paul in the past, and he said, allow Biafra to go. Mr. Paul, do you think Gowon did injustice to the Igbos?
Yes, as of then, Gowon thought that that is the way forward because they have already brainwashed him. He himself never knew that there are some certain things they are playing underground. So they have to allow him to be the president because he's from the middle belt. They know that he will use his people. They know that if the middle belt should go to the war, should fight Biafra, and if they should join forces with the far north, they will get more people that they will do this fight so that they will succeed. They actually get their aim. After getting their aim, what happens? Now Gowon is disappointed. If you ask Gowon, I'm telling you, I'm from Gowon State. If today you should meet with Gowon one-on-one, I would love you people to go and meet Gowon and hear what he will say. Because he himself right now, he will tell you that the Nigeria he's expecting to see is not what he's seeing. Because he fought a war that he believed being oneness, being togetherness is the only way forward that can help us to grow progressively. But what later happened is that there are some certain people, they sideline other other religion, they sideline other people, they sideline other tribes, they sideline other people, and they are the one playing the game. We all know the people that are playing the big game in this country, which is the Fulani. That's the number one people. And the Hausa, they are backing the Fulani. Yes, the Hausa, they are backing because they believe that Hausa and Fulani are one, which I know they are not one. Because Fulani has his own tribe, Hausa has his own tribe, but because of religion, they believe they are one. Yes, it's good to be one. It's good that they are one. But even the Hausa, they are not being fair because in this country, Hausa man has never been a president, but the Hausa man has been supporting a Fulani man. So for me, even the Hausa man, as I'm talking to you right now, I don't think Hausa man is feeling that feeling that fairness because he's not allowed to rule. He's not allowed to play the big game to become the champion.
Now, if I may ask, in the north, Hausas appear to be more in population than the Fulanis. How come the Fulanis are always the one representing them when it comes to getting the president of Nigeria?
It's influence. The Fulani have more influence than the Hausa. The Hausa, they have more population, but the influence, Fulani have a bigger, maybe because they were the one that brought the religion, that was why they get that advantage. They get that opportunity to rule over the Hausa, and which they had been doing because of the religion.
Okay, now let me bring your attention to Nnamdi Kanu's case. We understand that the chairman of Yetiala, that Budejo, was put on trial by federal government based on the fact that he formed a vigilante group without the consent of federal government and armed them. That was the accusation federal government levied against him through the office of the Attorney General of the Federation. But recently, the Attorney General of the Federation, through a personnel in his office, appealed the court and withdraw the case. So federal government dropped the charges against Yetiala chairman Budejo. And here we have Nnamdi Kanu still in detention, facing terrorism-related charges. Is this double standard?
For the fact that Yetiala has formed his own group and without the acknowledgement of the federal government, that has already shown that something fishy is behind that. And he's released. That is exactly what is going on in this country. People that have a bad record, they are going free. And people that have good record, like Nnamdi Kanu, a man that is not supposed to be in dungeon, he's kept there because of the wickedness that we are having in this country. So the government of Nigeria, they are making a big mistake. That's the only thing I know. They are making a big mistake by holding Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is an innocent person, and that man is not a terrorist, and holding him is not going to be good for us. It is high time for them to understand that if anything happened to Nnamdi Kanu, it's not going to be favorable for them. They are not going to enjoy it. So they should know that Nnamdi Kanu is not alone. God is with Nnamdi Kanu, and there are some elite that are with Nnamdi Kanu. Those people are just watching them. They are just watching them. By the time they will start to react, even the Nigerian government cannot do anything.
Okay, now let us look at because the other time before the case went to Supreme Court, there was a court in Nigeria. I'm talking about Court of Appeal, ordered the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, unconditional release, because according to Court of Appeal, he said he was extraordinarily rendition from Kenya to Nigeria. Extraordinary rendition is a situation where you illegally adopt somebody without due process, you bring the person back to your country, and the court ordered that he should be released. Though federal government have gone to Supreme Court, Supreme Court has said they should go back to the court of first instance to start the case again. But people are asking, before the federal government secured the last judgment for Supreme Court, all the while federal government did not obey that judgment that say allow Nnamdi Kanu go. What is it? Does it portend for Nigeria?
The federal government, I can assure you, there are some certain people in the federation, some certain people that they don't want Nnamdi Kanu to go. I am happy because the appeal court said they should release him, because they knew that that man, he has been taken away from that country illegally, which is not right. You can see how our government are playing. You can see how they are playing their game. How will you go to a certain country and you go and kidnap a person? For me, it's a kidnap. They kidnap him, and at the same time they say that he's a terrorist, which we all know Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. Nnamdi Kanu is a man that I know he wants his people to have a better life, because we in Nigeria, to be honest, we don't have any better life. We have been enslaved in this country by our brothers, calling the so-called leaders that we are having. They have enslaved us, they have brainwashed us, and they have destroyed us. Nothing but destruction. That's what I will say. Because in Nigeria we have high rate of poverty, and then for them nothing concern them, because they are eating from the big pot. So nothing concern them. And for the less privileged, and for the people of in the society that don't have the opportunity to get what they are getting, they don't care about them, whether they die or they live or they survive. They don't care. But one thing I always tell this government that are ruling us, most especially because it's the evil one that are full in the Senate. The evil one they are the majority as the governor. They are the majority everywhere. Even the appointment that the president will appoint, he's not appointing people that will tell him the truth. They appoint people that will tell him the deception. That is why you see we continue to suffer in this country. So for me, all the evil game that they are playing, God has already known by their evil, and their evil will certainly come to an end. Whether they like it or not, we are in the beginning. And by the grace of God, by this year and next year, God is going to do something for them to realize that what they are doing for the people of this country is not fair, and God himself is going to speak, whether they like it or not.
Okay, finally on this, let me ask you, because as at the time Nnamdi Kanu was brought back from Kenya to Nigeria, we were made to understand that Interpol, International Police Organization, played a part in bringing him back. But Interpol have come out to say, no, we were not part of it. I have a situation where even UN, some other international bodies have spoken against the adoption of Nnamdi Kanu. In the community of nations, do you think the image of Nigeria is being battered?
You see, even the international, it is not all of them that are good. Whether you like it or not, there are some international, whether police or soldiers or whatever force they will use. There are some international that they themselves are working with the rebels. They work with for me, there are some, like our governments, they work with some people in the international, and those people that they work with them, they are just like them. They tell them what they will do, and they do it. Whether it's good or bad, they will do it, and most especially it's bad. So for me, using the international body to detain Nnamdi Kanu, which might have been some of them saying that
they were not part of it.
They were not part of it. They will say they were not part of it because they want to remove themselves out. Yes, they want to remove themselves out, whether they are part of it or they are not part of it. Bringing Nnamdi Kanu from that country to this country, we all know that for me, as I'm talking to you, For me, it's a criminal act. It's an act of rebellion. Why will you just hold person without his consent? That should not be done. That should not be done.
Mr. Paul, I must say a very big thank you for your time. That was an insightful contribution. This is Nigerian News Center. Thank you very much. Wait, number one.